Hello, brick sculptors, and welcome back to Brick Sculpt. This is Chris, and today we're going to show the results of our whitening tests. Now, I know you guys wanted this in one video, so I apologize, but I am going to put both of my results together to save you one video. So let's get started. Here we've got the Dingy Dingy. These were our control pieces for the second test, and here is our control gray for the first test. I've also got some brand new white bricks here to compare to. Let's go ahead and take a look at what we've got. So first of all, let's go ahead and look at what was in the gray bag. I had a few white pieces in there just to kind of show that it is working. And this piece came out very nice. This was really yellowed. It's not perfect. It's still a little bit yellowed, but much better. So that's really good result there on that castle piece. These plates were really bad. There's still a little yellow in there, but it's definitely much better. So I think we can call this batch a success. Let's go ahead and take a look at the gray pieces. Now, I think the results on these gray pieces are even better. Look at that. Very impressive. So to answer the question, yes, it does work on gray as well. Some of these aren't perfect. Like here, you can still see some yellowing there. But for the most part, there's definitely improvement on all of these pieces. And I mean, just look at that difference. I'm very happy with how that came out. So yes, Retro Brite does work on gray as well as white. So I'll call that a success. Now for the next test, we had these control pieces. And we had all kinds of different substances here that we tried to make them whiter. Now I did film the first part of this quite a while ago. I actually filmed it right after I filmed the gray one, but I didn't post it. So these have been sitting for a while, even though on my YouTube timeline, it doesn't look like I have, but these have been sitting for a while. We're going to go ahead and open these up and see how they did in comparison to the Retro Brite. We might as well start with the Retro Brite because that's the one we know, and we just did it with the other ones. I did rinse all of these off already, but they are a little wet with water still, so I've got a towel here I can dry these off with. Also, that Retro Brite does kind of stick to the parts because it's so like gooey. So you have to kind of wipe it pretty good. But you can see these came out very white, as we would expect from Retro Brite. If we compare these to our control pieces here, big difference. So Retro Brite, well done, as always. Let's see what else we got. Bleach. Bleach is one I thought would be pretty successful. Again, I've already rinsed these off, so this is really just water in here at this point. They definitely look a little whiter. I don't think this looks as good as the Retro Brite ones do. Not much change, to be honest with you. Now the bleach I didn't let sit as long because I didn't know if it would damage the parts, but that really didn't do much. So I'm going to call bleach a failure. Vinegar. Now this was a strange one I saw on the internet. I wouldn't have expected it to work that well. And just judging by the first look here, that's weird. I had two big ones in there and no 1x6. How did that happen? Oh well. That did pretty much nothing. So now vinegar is also bust. Isopropyl alcohol. This one I was pretty optimistic about. Now, isopropyl alcohol can be a little strong for plastic, so I didn't leave this on very long. No, not the greatest result on that one either. So far, we've got a lot of busts here. Let's do it the one that I threw in there just for fun, the vodka. Yeah, these look terrible. Ah, that's why I mixed them up. I've got 2 1x6s in vodka and 2 2x4s in there, but that's how I did them, so I'm just going to leave them that way. Yeah, no real improvement there. That's a bust also. Baking soda. I didn't like how the baking soda worked because it's just like a thick paste. I didn't feel like it was actually doing much on the bricks. So I'm not real optimistic about this one either. And keep in mind, other than the vodka, these were all things I had seen on the internet. So these were not all my original ideas. I had all these things around the house. Nah, no real improvement there either. Peroxide. Now this one I am optimistic about. Hydrogen peroxide should be the main ingredient in Retro Brite. Now this was just straight peroxide, not watered down, nothing. Just poured into a bag and soaked the parts. And I'm pretty optimistic about this one. These look pretty good so far. Definitely an improvement there. That did definitely work. Let's compare that to the Retro Brite. I think it's pretty safe to say the Retro Brite is better. Now these did sit for the exact same amount of time. I had these for a few days sitting in my window in the sun. And the peroxide, though it did a good job, the Retro Brite is definitely whiter. But a good result on both. So that is a viable method if you don't want to pay for an expensive bottle of Retro Brite because it's not particularly cheap. Peroxide you can pick up anywhere fairly inexpensively. For the rest of these, I would say they're all bust. Retro Brite is definitely number 1. Peroxide definitely number 2. The rest of these, I can't really say I have a real great result on any of them. So I'm going to say none of those methods were are optimal. Well, I hope you guys liked this video. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. I do more just like this in the future. That's all I got for this time, and we will see you next time.